What's up, everybody? Welcome back to season 2 of the Buzzklub, and welcome to What's Buzzing in the Streets. To my left, we have blogger Mel Slim from Fashion Goes There. Welcome, Mel Slim.
Hi, welcome. Thank you.
Mel, can you tell us a little bit about what Fashion Goes There?
Basically, Fashion Goes There is a fashion blog that covers trends, street fashion, just everything fashion. The blog is actually fashiongoesthere.com. And that's pretty much a quick brief.
Thanks, Mel, for coming on the show today. Give a round of applause.
Thank
you. And we have comedian Rose Luardo. Rose, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi. I'm Rose Luardo. I'm a comedian. I have a comedy night called Comedy Dreams at the Barbary. And I am a woman about town. And that's me.
All right. Give Rose a round of applause, guys. And we have Uncool Chuck, CEO of Righteous Rebel Denim. Chuck, thanks for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate that.
No problem. Chuck, tell us a little bit about yourself.
As you said, CEO of Righteous Rebel Denim and Apparel. It's like a urban punk streetwear brand. I'm gonna be releasing some things next month, so y'all stay on the lookout for that. Outside of that, y'all see me. I'm usually like everywhere.
Yes, so. He's always on the scene. Give him a round of applause. Yes. Okay, yes. As you can see, we all have our shades on. My lady's brought their shade game on, and that's in a good way, okay? Mm-hmm. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about summer fashion trends. And Mel, you know all about that because of the blog, of course, fashion.
Right.
So tell us, what's out there? What's going there for you right now in fashion?
Well, of course, I have them on stripes, so prints are very big and very in right now. What is surprising for me is leather. I can't believe that people are still wearing leather and it's like 90 degrees.
In the summer.
Right.
I mean, Kanye West does it all the time, so people must think, okay, let's try this.
Right.
But it's just too hot, right?
Yeah, it's too hot for me. And of course, crop tops. You can never go wrong with a crop top during the summer, spring. But they're still
guys like it. I think what I like about crop tops is that it can be it's flirty. You know what I mean? It's like you're giving guys a little bit, but not too much.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I definitely love crop tops. It's like, hey, I'm here. What are some other trends that you guys like?
I ain't gonna front. I still like when chicks wear the maxi dresses. Y'all can call that basic or whatever. I just like how their bodies look in them joints.
Right, and if you have the right body type for it, I think a maxi dress is simple, but it can make any woman look incredible.
Definitely, and I like the peplum.
Peplum,
that's a good one.
Peplum is a girl's best kept secret, let me tell you. And if you guys don't know what peplum is those shirts that like kind of flare out at the waist because it kind of hides if you have a little tummy. So it's kind of cute. Like you can wear it with a skirt. And skirts.
Yeah. And it like give chicks that be like skinny wear them joints like they got shape and all that.
Yes.
That's really nice.
Who knew men are that observant though?
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I be seeing them.
I'm paying attention. I like that.
What I'm digging right now, and I think Solange has definitely made them more apparent, is prints. I love prints on men and women. I love mixing prints. Today I have a pinstripe print on. I love your print, but flower prints, floral prints. That's definitely in. For men and women. Army fatigue, that's a print. Camouflage, that's definitely back in. I think over time it's been back and forth. You know what I mean?
And then they have like a lot of like abstract type of prints.
Abstract prints, like those vintage prints that you can only find in the thrift store because don't nobody sell that no more.
Right.
So it's a good time. Everybody's looking great, but what I don't like is to see sneaker wedges. I'm sorry, I'm still not a sneaker wedge fan.
Like those
I told you.
I seen
you need
one
to commit.
Nike pair.
You're either gonna have a sneaker or you're gonna have a shoe. You're not gonna put both together. You're not gonna do that, okay?
It's unattractive.
I can't accept that for me personally. Or tights that are like made for inside the house versus being outside because they're too thin. If I can see your underwear,
they be stockings, man. I'm convinced.
I've seen that. So
what about? Have you seen this like flesh tone? So like you wear like a shirt, a pair of shorts, and it's flesh tone, and so it's like
look like you
super naked.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, I haven't seen that.
I was really against it.
That's kind of fresh.
Yeah,
See,
but now
I'm
I like
old
it.
school sometimes with fashion. Like I take it there, but it's like when it's appropriate. Like you have to know what to wear and when.
When is that not
You know what I
appropriate?
mean?
When is nudity
Like people that dress for the nighttime and the daytime. You didn't know that makeup was too dark or that shirt was too dark. You didn't know that sparkly shoes was for the nighttime. You didn't know that. You know, but some people don't. So I think you just need to really look into fashion a bit more and take your time. But bright colors are in for the summertime. Yes, you heard it here first. I wear bright colors all year round to brighten up my day. But bright colors are definitely in. So don't be afraid of it this summer. Have a little fun with it. You know. What are some great places to go this summer?
Man.
Have you been to Center City Sip Shack?
I haven't. And every
Every
Wednesday,
Wednesday from about 5 to
City Sips, and I
7.
never
You
even
can
go.
try different restaurants. I mean, you can go to Alpha, great place.
Alpha is the spot.
Love it. I love
Have you
sushi
guys
too.
gone to North Shore Club in?
Oh, the beach club?
Yeah,
The swim club. I just went
and
there
on
for.
Mondays they have that party.
Oh,
and it's
what's
$5.
that party?
Okay.
What's that party?
What's that party?
Tell us, what's that party?
So I believe it's $5 to get in, and I think it goes from 12 to 8, and it's just like a beach party. It's a club party. Yeah.
Mondays,
So you
we
go.
about to get
Where's
it
it
popping for real, Buzz.
Where's it
Okay,
at?
it's a little difficult to find. It's in.
Oh, it's in Northern Liberties.
Yeah,
It's like
but
right across from the Piazza.
Yeah, it's across from the Piazza. So if you go to the Piazza,
right.
you won't find it. It's actually
like
on
a
the
little
perimeter.
cut. Yeah, it's right across from that.
And it's called the North Shore Club.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should go. It's pretty good. I like it. It lights up at night. The pool. It's really sexy. It's very Sex in the City.
Is that where the
sexy.
Aqua thing used to be?
It's very sexy.
The Aqua indoor pool place? Is that that?
I don't know.
This is outdoor.
This is
and you know
outdoor?
what? It's a little bit like there's cabanas.
Yeah.
They've set it up so
I'm
they
not gonna
have,
lie.
like-
I thought I was
like
in
an
Miami.
indoor-outdoor
I thought I was in
situation.
Miami for a second. I had to snap out of it. Oh, I'm at the Piazza. Oh, and that's a great place to go. The Piazza,
Yeah.
of course.
Right.
PYT, great places, great drinks, great people. Every Sunday at the Piazza, the Brooklyn Flea Market, and I love flea markets.
Right.
You guys know. Clark Park has some of the best flea markets over the summer. I love West Philly. You know, I'm not from West Philly, but for real,
Yeah, I
it's
love
like in my
West.
blood. So
Right.
you know, it's a great thing.
Another place people don't know, they've been doing this for a while, on Wednesdays, the Art Museum.
Oh yeah,
Like
pay
after-
what you
yeah,
wish.
Like
The art
after, what is it,
museum.
like after 5:30 or 6
Yeah,
o'clock.
you can
Yeah.
do whatever, and you
You
can
go
go.
there for a
And
couple
let me
hours.
tell you, that's a cheap date. I just
It
want to let you
is.
know. That's a real, and I'm not saying cheap like I'm cheap and I'm not worth it, but I mean, if a guy took me there for a date and then,
Listen,
you know,
romantic.
we picked up some
that's like the
sandwiches,
spot
I'd
to
be
go
like,
to
man,
with
he's
the
so
chick.
he's so
Take a picture
cultured,
of
you know, he's so
museum.
Right.
romantic,
Oh
it's
my
so
God, he's
hot,
so-
you know. Let's
you're
go.
right. It's cultured.
Yeah.
Right.
It's really
Yeah,
nice.
to climb up them rocky
Very
steps
nice.
together, child, please.
I probably shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have told nobody. I should have
Kept
Should
that
cut
to
that
yourself.
Keep
I
that, keep
know,
that under
that's
wraps.
a
Keep that
secret.
under wraps. Okay, all right, guys. So this is the real buzz of the town. The last time we filmed, this didn't occur, but the Treyvon Martin case, they reached a verdict this past weekend, and unfortunately, George Zimmerman was acquitted of all charges. So that means they felt that he was not guilty of anything. What do you guys think about that verdict? What are some of your thoughts about it? Because I know, like on Facebook, people were going in on each other on these statuses, and then it became a black and a white thing, and it was just so much. And some people feel like it wasn't a racist thing because it's like, oh, George Zimmerman technically wasn't.
No, well, we were talking about this earlier. I
Right.
think that you can't deny that this is a race issue.
Okay.
Right.
You can't deny that this is a race issue. And
Okay.
one of the things that we had mentioned was like, how would this have been different if it was a white kid, a white boy? And you know, I think that he identified this child as a threat
Right.
because of the way he looked.
Right.
And
So he profiled him, yes.
yes,
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
And see, my thing is, even though it's a race issue, I still feel that no matter what, it was inappropriate. The
Right.
way he handled the
Right.
situation, the way
Right.
he went about it. So yes, you know, especially with the verdict being not guilty in the state of Florida, where they're known to imprison African Americans versus, you know, whites in maybe similar cases of murder cases or whatever. But at the same time, when I looked at it as a child, period, was murdered. You know, he still was killed. Why is he allowed? Why is he allowed to get off like that? You know, why is that we can put someone in jail like Michael Vick for
Dogs.
dogs,
Dog fighting.
but a child's life, nothing, not even months, not even a few years, probation, nothing. You know, even though he will suffer because people know where you go. How do you live a normal life after this? You know, what happens next?
the one thing the one good thing that could come of this is that this is a wake-up call for everybody.
Yeah,
And
it has to
sure,
be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has
In
to
all
be.
honesty,
Right.
it has to be because for me, it was like a race thing when I first heard it happen, but as time progressed, it was bigger than that.
Right.
And just getting like feedback from other black people, and it's kind of like it gets you to thinking like if it was like she said, if it was a white person,
Right.
would black people be as mad
Okay.
Right.
that George Zimmerman
Yeah.
killed the white person,
Right.
or if George Zimmerman was black,
Right.
would black people be as mad? Because we're like almost like
Exactly.
numb
I
to
think-
black on black violence.
I think
so,
black people are so mad because it's no different than the everyday case that we see in our community.
So basically, he serves Trayvon
And it's
Martin,
been
may serve as a
publicized,
sacrifice.
So it's just like,
So Trayvon is basically like the representative for all black
Right,
boys and
right.
all
Right.
black children
how I
who may have been murdered, you know, and that's
Well,
why.
my thing is that's true, but like we don't go as hard when it's black on black,
and you know
Yeah.
why I feel
and I feel like that's worse.
Okay.
I do feel like that's worse. I feel like people rather, like, no offense to Trayvon and everything like that, but I feel like people rather jump on something that is so far away and maybe a one-time occurring event versus something that they would have to constantly go out and rally and constantly, be involved in the community about. So it's easier to just jump on that bandwagon.
Exactly, because I mean, I went out to the march in Love Park, and a lot of people. I did see some people who were genuinely concerned, but also people who were just taking pictures just to post on Instagram,
Right.
and just like sitting around and talking. I'm like, what is this all for? What is this all about? We're the next generation. We are, we're supposed to be the future leaders of the country. Like, let's band together. Let's take this beyond this rally.
Right.
How do we do that? Is there anyone out here collecting data, collecting information? How do we contact these people again? How do these people know, where to meet again?
Right.
What's the next plan of action?
Right.
Part of what I thought was interesting, though, was just that a dialogue was being started, that people
Okay.
were coming together
Right,
and
yeah.
having that
Yeah.
dialogue.
I can
and
give
think
it that.
it's
But you know what's
Yeah.
sad though?
Yes.
It stopped so fast.
Like, how many hours
the verdict
was
was like what 3 or 4 days ago, and
Oh,
people
yeah.
like not even. It's like it's not even that important no more. It's like
And-
we moved on to the next.
And to
thing.
be honest, was the case even long enough? I mean, come on. O.J. Simpson's case was longer than this.
Well, I
Well,
think
come
like
on.
he wasn't even cross-examined.
Let's be
That's
honest
bizarre
here.
to
Let's
me.
be honest.
Like, they knew.
Let's really look at it for what it is. And then I see, some celebrities have spoken out, some haven't. But one particular celebrity, Solange Knowles, she was at the rally in Brooklyn. She was part of one of the organizers of that rally, and she came out with a Malcolm X sign. With a quote on there, and she also spoke. And I was reading the blog, and people were attacking her in such a way, and they were saying that it was all for publicity. And I'm like, as a celebrity, wherever you go, there will be cameras.
Right.
So whether or not she said, "Hey, I'm going to be here," it's whatever. But for someone like her who actually does make socially conscious music, I do believe that Solange Knowles is a different type of artist. For her to go out there. I'm glad she gave it a voice, because sometimes you need celebrities to step up, and it would have been great for Beyonce to lend that voice. If Beyonce was at that Brooklyn, march, that would have been even better. But that's not going to happen, but we can't keep tearing down some celebrities who actually care.
Why do you think that a larger celebrity wouldn't lend their voice to something like this?
Too controversial.
the backlash. Some people they can't deal with that type of backlash, especially when it's not some like pertaining to their life. They just voicing their opinion. And some people can't really justify and let people know why they feel a certain way about things.
Should the president have spoken?
He can't, honestly, because then it turns into a race thing again. Because
Here he is, the
right.
black
Yeah.
president.
Exactly, and I feel like black people, reacted the wrong way by saying Obama need to do something. And I read a quote, somebody said, Obama is a black president, not a president of the blacks. So he's not like the voice of us.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
He's everyone's voice, right? He's
Exactly.
everyone's president.
So my thing is, if he said something about Zimmerman getting off, y'all should have told him to say something about when Casey Anthony's
Right.
mother got off.
Yeah.
So it has to be fair. You can't just because
that's
he's
true.
black, he has
That's
to
true.
Yeah. But you know
look
what?
out
I
for us.
feel that, the racial pot is being stirred once again.
It is.
It's because Paula Dean just came out with those comments. Then we got the Zimmerman stuff going on. So now how are we going to appease black America? You know what I mean? How will the media, how will the government?
I think that sometimes when something horrible happens,
Yes.
it's that wake-up call that we all need.
Right.
Like
Yeah. Right.
when,
Yeah.
we were talking about Paula Dean the last time that, I was on the show, and one of the things that, most of the people could agree on was that she did admit that she said those things.
Yeah.
And so, and there is no apologizing for any of that. I mean, and then we kind of had this discussion, well, she's like an old Southern woman and her family comes from a culture
So
that
that's okay.
well, it's,
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
it's
it's never
not.
okay,
It's
and
not
she has no
right.
cultural. She has no cultural training. She has no cultural sensitivity.
Yeah.
And I think that the elephant in the room is that if this had been a white kid, that the fear wouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
This is
Right.
about people
Right.
being afraid of black
Right.
teenagers.
Right.
This
Right.
is about being afraid of like tall black kids and what and what did he have? Like Skittles and a soda,
Right.
And just that, like that, and also
So
the
where do you think
feeling that
that fear even stems from? Why be afraid?
Honestly, it's how we're portrayed
Right.
Okay.
in the media various entertainments. And you can look at
Yeah.
the music.
If you're not a rapper,
I'm not one of the
or
people
a
that
drug
want to blame
dealer.
rap music for everything, but you can look at
You know,
it.
the media
But yeah,
perpetuates
that-
those stereotypes frequently, you know, even more so now than ever. Because
Yeah.
I remember that BET that I watched of yesterday is not the same BET that I watch of today. I can tell you that. It just went down slowly but surely. It just declined.
Same
So
people
what do
don't
you
own
think
it,
is
though.
happening in BET today? Like, what's the difference? What is the BET
Is
like?
BET
yesteryear
Black
and, like,
Entertainment Television?
Yeah.
Is this an accurate depiction of black people?
Only a certain.
This network?
only depicts a certain
A certain
portion
type.
of black
Are there not many successful college-educated black males and females? Yes.
You know,
I am one of them.
You know what bothers me? Reality TV. And I'm
Reality TV.
Right, yeah, right.
Let's talk about
Right.
the reality. Because right
I want-
now, what's the
I want-
hottest reality TV
yeah, I
out
want
there?
to
Love
talk
and Hip
about
Hop.
Love and Hip Hop.
And the fact that
Everything is staged.
it's like
You think
Yeah,
so?
I'm with you.
Wait a minute. You think everything is staged on Love and Hip Hop?
For the most part, yeah.
I think
mean,
it's
I
the
think
setup.
the whole
Have you seen
go
it?
to the restaurant
Well,
and all that
after
stuff. That
I
stuff
heard
is
you guys
fake.
talking about it. Yeah,
Rose, what
I
you think
did.
of that? Ooh, we got Rose in on that.
Just that it was, it didn't look authentic.
Okay.
Something didn't
Right.
look really authentic.
About
the
it.
relationships didn't look really
Yeah.
authentic.
Okay.
you know what
Which is
bothers
how I
me?
feel about all of it. I don't think any
Yeah.
of it's authentic. I don't
Right.
think Jersey Wives is authentic.
None of it.
The fact that like it's like not like on all these reality shows, like they don't portray black men in a good light. It's like all of them are like not. That's weird. I don't want
And if the men are on the reality show, they have to play a lesser part to their
Right.
wives. They have to be that man that's holding that pocketbook, or they have to just, just be a weak kind of role for the man on the show.
I just don't like. It's like they make it seem like all black men are cheaters, or
Yeah.
they not
Yeah,
ready to
that's
settle
right.
down. Or,
But that
you
seems
know,
like that's the
whatever.
whole reality TV like giddy up, like ex-wives and basketball
Right.
wives. And,
Yeah.
Like it's
Right.
all about just I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
but-
you're right. I think that you've like nailed it. You've got your finger in the pulse.
Mob
Like, it's
wives, all the
just-
guys is in jail. Like it's
Yeah,
a
it's
whole.
kinda-
What do you think the media is afraid of by portraying black men in a positive light?
Unity.
Through sitcoms, through whatever. Because the black man is the backbone of the family. So if you show him in a emasculated state, you break him down, you tear him down in front of his family, in front of everything, you don't have no more. That's why the family structure is broken up.
I don't want to, I don't want to take it back to race, but it's one of those. You have to make black people seem inferior. Some way, because if you take a look at like all the older sitcoms and shows with like white families or whatever, Dad was always
Like Full
there.
House.
Full House.
Some of the shows I used to
Brady Bunch,
watch.
all those shows like.
But we had Family Matters.
And that was
Yeah.
it.
You know?
That was like.
No, wait. What about that family?
What
Wait a
about
minute.
like the 70s?
Good times, yeah, what about-
yeah,
yeah.
Good times. Oh, I love Good Times.
Yeah.
Good times?
And then, like,
James
Okay.
Evan was a hard-working
But
black
listen.
man.
Yes, he was.
I knew that.
That dad was
He did not
there.
miss
That-
any days of work.
that dad was there. He was always
You
there.
can count on like
What's
one
the
hand.
other guy?
Wow.
The
Black
short
Black
man.
families, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, wait a minute.
But what happened? We don't have that now. Oh, we have my
Right.
wife and kids, but
That's
Yeah.
not
was-
on. This is
Huh?
syndication.
What about
It's
that
over.
guy?
You
What
talking about
about-
now?
it's a wrap.
What
House
about
of Pain
Bernadette?
and stuff?
What's about
Come
the
on.
But
Bernadette
those shows,
show?
truthfully,
Yeah.
those
Ain't
shows
no- nobody's
whack.
watching
House of
Whack.
Pain.
I said House of Whack. Oh my god. Actually, that's in my personal opinion. I do not watch those shows. Okay.
A lot of that stuff is so stereotypical. I don't think that's
Yeah.
anybody's family.
Yes,
Right.
like
Nobody's
Dad.
family. What's
No.
the thing like the three dads, like Uncle Joey, and like we
Yeah.
all live in this like house together.
First
and
of all, why?
Right.
that is no one's family lives like that.
Right.
That is
The
false.
Cosby's
That
was a
is
good
false.
family.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
I know people.
I
When
forgot
I
about
went
the
to
Cosbys.
college, I
Realistic
met
as
people who
well.
had families like that. Okay, the Cosbys, educated black people live lives
But
like
that seems so
They have
real
raised
and
kids
authentic.
that.
Like,
But,
yeah.
like, why don't we have? The thing is, why don't we have that for today, for the youth of today? Like, we had that.
Who's
growing
gonna
up.
create it? Okay, first of all, black people have to own their own production companies. Like Spike
That's
Lee,
true.
he got Malcolm X funded through his friends.
Right.
But we could talk more about this all
Yeah.
day, every day. We are about to go to the studio in a few minutes.
Okay.
But first, we're just gonna finish up a little bit more.
But I do want to say one thing. We're talking about like depictions of families and like where's it's going to come from, and
Yeah.
black people have to like.
Yeah.
What about this guy, the Medea series, and like all this Medea stuff?
I don't think that helps. That doesn't help.
Okay, but he owns his own. It's about him, like
Yeah.
And I remember.
I'm
you,
sorry
I
to
don't
cut
think
you
it
off,
helps.
Rose. We
That's
just
okay.
gotta cut through to the studio audience because it's about to get hot on the TV screen. Hi, how are you? What's your name?
Asia.
Asia, you look so pretty today. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Asia, do you have a question or a comment?
I think I have actually both. I wanted to go back to the reality TV and BET topic. I wanted to know. I personally really don't watch that channel or watch those kind of shows because I feel like it's like one big mockery and of black people.
And you don't want to support that. I can understand.
But the people that are watching are young people and children. So I want to know if you guys think that that's why our young people are kind of jaded as far as relationships go and why they react to things the way they are. Like, do they feel like they have to be more violent and reactive to things because of?
We all know, like, children like sponges. They pick up what they see and hear and stuff like that. So when you constantly getting fed that, relationships not supposed to work, and I'm a guy, I'm supposed to be a thug, or people don't whatever. That's
Or
identify with and
even perpetuating those stereotypes, like for the young women, thinking that they have to always have their hand out or get something from a guy, and if a guy buys them a bag, then it's solved, or mink, like Jocelyn Hernandez. You know what I mean? Like, oh, thank you, daddy. It's sending the wrong message to our youth. Definitely.
And it's unrealistic.
Households, and because our households are so incomplete, maybe that's why they look to that.
Yeah, to fill that void, because back in the day, kids didn't watch as much TV.
Right.
Because the home life was more structured.
I think it's a combination of reality TV and hip hop. To be honest, yeah.
Wow.
I don't even feel like hip hop is still alive anymore. I feel like
there's some people that's holding it down. A couple people.
Who?
Kendrick definitely.
All right, but he kind of like knew bringing it back,
Right.
bringing it back. But that's good. Like, I'm happy. Like, I like him. I love him.
And J. Cole. Come on.
Yeah, J. Cole. But but what we hear playing over and over and over and over again is not.
But my thing is, hopefully, like, the success of Kendrick Lamar and the success of J. Cole, people will be like, all right, I don't have to rap about guns and how many cars and girls I got. Like,
No, because that's a quicker success for them. That's easier.
Right.
It's too easy to do certain things.
Hopefully, like, more artists will.
Yeah.
Real artists will come.
Hopefully.
In this generation.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that they're listening to music more than they're watching TV. So.
But it's become so saturated that I think that it has to go a different direction. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's so tired. I'm sick.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Yes.
here.
Over and over again, yeah.
Something has to become more interesting, and then
Right.
that's going to capture us, and then that's going to become.
Yeah, the next thing.
That's where I think Kendrick Lamar comes in there.
You have to cut you off. Do you have another comment?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm going to go to the next question, okay? Hi, how are you? What's your name?
My name is Carl Isaiah, Chef Carl.
Chef Carl. Big boy for no reason. He like to cook it up. Yeah, Chef, you got to come cook us something for the Buzzklub, okay? All right, do you have a question or a comment?
I have a comment. How do y'all think that we could keep just not the Treyvon Martin situation alive? Like, it's no different than, it's a new Emmett Till. That's what I tell everybody.
Right.
So how do we keep this alive for our generation to stay relevant? Besides Instagram and social media, that's not real. I tell everybody, you can't go out inside and press an Instagram button. How do y'all think we keep it relevant?
Wow.
I heard they got like the petition. I'm not too sure what
To sign a petition for it to be a civil case?
that. I just feel like everybody has to just be like willing to take it to the next level.
Not just that. Volunteer your time.
Yeah.
The Boys and Girls Club need minority male mentors. Come to your local Boys and Girls Club, work with the youth, work with the black youth and primarily, send them on the right path, let them know how to be safe, because at the end of the day, it's a battle zone out there, you know what I mean?
Right.
But you have to teach them how to fight without fighting with their hands, without fighting with guns, fighting with their intellect.
That's right, because somebody just told me they had a conversation with their father, and he told you got to learn how things work.
Yeah.
And
Though, I think that the dialogue has to be completely rewritten, and that it shouldn't be a battle zone. I think that the more we have a conversation like this, and open it up, and the more
and give youth a voice as well.
Yes, that's how you. Because if we go at it like this is how it is, and it's a battleground, and you have to keep safe,
then you kind of feel like you should come outside with armor.
I think that's the crime, is that you have to go out and worry about keeping safe. Like,
Yeah,
where is
that is the crime.
That's not living in your authentic self. I think that people should be allowed to walk around. I think it needs to be a completely, like, everything kind of needs to be rewritten.
Yeah.
And these conversations shouldn't be like scary or unapproachable. Even the way that we're talking about it now.
Just flat out, just put it out there.
Yeah, I agree. Conversation, and I think community events too, like some sort of mesh between, Treyvon, but how he represents all other black men that's been in that same type of predicament or whatever. So I think community events for me.
Okay, thank you so much. All right. Hi, how are you? Hi, what's your name?
Samantha.
Yeah.
My question is kind of related to Treyvon Martin and with music as well. When the case, the verdict came in, a lot of music artists like Meek Mills were like tweeting pictures, Instagramming, and really making it personal, talking about their children, their son, and how they are affected by the case. Do you think that's just enough for the music artists to just talk about that, or should they change their music to go with the whole, issue?
I mean, if they're serious about it and they truly feel some type of way about it, then they should try to adjust the music, change the music.
Yeah, that their art would reflect that.
Yeah, right.
I mean, or they can make a tribute song, but then after that, what happens,
It's like, kind of like, what are you doing it for?
Or start a Treyvon Martin Foundation. Maybe that.
Yeah.
The thing is, until making songs like that make money,
people are just scared to stand up. But somebody has to start it to make it popular, so that and the longer we wait, the longer it's going to be.
Sometimes people are afraid to be different, and people are afraid to just go out on a limb and try something else and be a leader. Back in the day, they had songs like people changing the world, like random songs, like the artists would get together and do music on behalf of a cause. Do music together.
Like We Are the World.
We have a cause.
Right.
We Are the World.
We haven't had one of those songs.
We haven't had one of those.
You're
They attempted some type of thing.
Like a couple years ago.
But it was kind of like
it was
a thing.
bad.
It was bad. So it was like everybody was like,
they tried to do like We Are the World.
I don't think so. We're going to turn that off.
But it was like
I
bad.
forgot about it, but I ain't forget. I remember y'all did that. All right, we have one more question in the audience. Hi.
How y'all doing? My name is Darian. I had one question. How do y'all feel about stereotypes? Do y'all think they're reality, or like you think every kid, like Chuck said earlier, these kids today need to learn how things work? I don't think they do. So how do you feel about their stereotypes?
The thing is, they wouldn't exist if they didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, going back to how we're viewed and perpetrated. Did I use that the right word?
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of like reinforces the stereotype. They set the stereotype, and then it's like through entertainment or whatever avenue, it's like, okay, this is how you know that it's real. So it's like, oh, every black person is a thug. You got every rapper talking about how they stand on the street corner and they're a thug and they shooting everybody up. And you turn on the movie and it's the same thing. The thing is, we gotta get to a point where we showing that, okay, every black dude ain't a thug. You got businessmen, you got lawyers, doctors, and all that stuff like that.
But do we buy into some of those stereotypes?
I think
Sometimes
stereotypes are like the majority.
As black people, sometimes do we give a reason to seem a little suspicious? What are some things that you see on a daily basis and you're like, come on, like you can't be out here doing that. On a train, the things people do, maybe the way they dress, maybe to teach our young black men how to dress for success so that they're not wearing their pants off of their behinds.
Yes.
And people won't think they're just some hoodlum dude. They might just be a young guy just having a good time, playing with his friends, hey, hanging, macking, you know what I mean? But you got your pants down like that, unfortunately, that's the stereotype. And even I'm going to be like, you know what I mean? And I'm black too.
I feel like me personally, I feel like you shouldn't judge nobody until you really know them. You can't really look at somebody and tell exactly who they are.
Right.
You can't, but we all do.
And sometimes you can't blame people for where they come from.
Yeah, that's true too. Because I know I have friends who are from the hood, that live in the hood, that are really nice people and that are hardworking people. But they're just the hood. They just hood.
Right.
But you know what? That the truth about somebody, real knows real, and the truth about somebody comes out when you hang out with them.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm kind of just like looking at all of us, and I feel like I think everybody here is urban, but I think everybody is kind of young and conscious and aware, and so. I feel that there is a stereotype. I just don't think anybody in this room fits anyone I've ever seen.
I agree.
So.
Yeah, that's right. So let's just break out of those molds and not live up to anybody's stereotypes, because a lot of us wouldn't even be here today, according to some people's standards. So let's just continue to be ourselves and be true. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the Buzzklub. Thank you guys for coming on my show. You guys are more than welcome. You're now part of the family.
Thank you.
And I'm telling you now, this summer it's going to get even hotter now that we've covered some of the hot topics. And please come again. It's a little bit more.
We'll
Share,
do.
bring some friends.
For sure.
And please, yes, you have officially been Buzz. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.